Welcome to the week of August 4th. Our high quality workout this week is half mile or 800-meter repeats. For most of you, that's going to be 3 to 5 miles of threshold running. It's going to be faster because it's only 800 meters at a time. So if we compare this threshold pace to a 3, 5, or 10 mile steady state run, of course, it's going to be much faster. Maybe over the last 50 meters or 100 meters, you might be going a little bit over threshold. Certainly you should be running fast enough that if you tried to go 1,000 meters or 1,200 meters, you would definitely be going anaerobic. So it should be pretty quick, but it should be threshold. It should be manageable. So with that 3 to 5 miles, you're getting 200-meter recovery jog. I know some people do 400-meter recovery jog. That's just way too much. When you start doing that much recovery, these need to be run a lot faster than that. And then that changes the point of the workout. If we're gonna do high intensity, 90% or higher, so you're truly anaerobic and you're going maybe not as fast as you could possibly go, but pretty close to it, then we take 400-meter recovery jog. But you should be able to recover in 200 from this effort. And why are we doing halves? That's the obvious question. Why are we not doing miles? Why are we not doing quarters? There's something in the middle where the intensity and the duration of that intensity has a different benefit to it. So if we wanted more speed to this, rather than being able to maintain a speed at threshold, we do quarters. If we wanted something a little bit more sustained, we'd do miles. And there's certainly a place for both those workouts, and we do them all. But that's why we're doing half-mile repeats. I know some of you have a love-hate. No, it's not really a love-hate. It's a love or hate relationship with this workout. And some of you love it. I've run into people that want to do this workout every week. I think you start missing some other very valuable workouts if you do that, but they love it. And they get really good at basically studying for the test and taking the test, and they're outstanding at this workout, but they're missing some other things. So I don't use it that often. I used to use it more than I do now, but I could tell I was burning some people out on that, had to dial back a little bit. It's also one that we can compare historically. So I don't like to use it too often because that comparison can make it more of a competitive situation than I want it to be. Those of you that have a hate relationship with it, and I do not exaggerate. Some people would rather poke out an eye, they've told me that, than do this workout. So I can make a strong argument for doing something that is very hard and difficult and mentally challenging for you. However, we're trying to have fun in this, right? Fun in the sick, twisted way that distance running is fun. If that's the case and you just cannot stand this workout, okay, let's change it. Maybe you do kilometer repeats or 1,200-meter repeats. Or if you want to do miles, you can do miles. But if we're going to do miles, we want to do those a little bit higher intensity so we're getting this speed. So now we're going over threshold for those mile repeats. But we're still looking for that same target of 3 to 5 miles of work if you're going to change that to miles or kilometers. The keys on this workout, obviously, it's the 800-meter rep that's most important. But as important is the recovery jog, and I like to keep that tight. If we look at your download afterwards, I want to see great consistency with that recovery jog. For most of you, 90 seconds is going to be enough. So that's 12-minute pace. So you should be able to get through that 200-meter at 12-minute pace. For some of you, maybe it's 2 minutes, but keep that steady. That way, when you compare historically, you're not comparing to a workout where you had 75 seconds recovery and another one where you had 2 minutes and 15 seconds recovery. Those are different, especially at this intensity level. So keep that tight. If the first couple reps, your recovery is maybe 70 seconds, 75 seconds for those of you on the faster end, that's fine. But cap it at 90. Don't take any longer than 90 seconds. And that should also be enough time for most of you to grab a drink if you need to do that on some of the recoveries. Track versus road. The track is beautiful in terms of the track is 400 meters every time around. It's 800 meters for those 2 laps. So when you compare historically, there's no variables, and was this hilly, was it with the wind, or whatever, all those variables that come in with the road. So the track is great. The problem with the track is that's a lot of turns. And for some of you, if maybe your hip or your shin or your knee are giving you trouble, it doesn't seem like we're going all that fast, right? It's not like we're sprinting on a 200-meter indoor track, but it's still enough stress with that many turns. You start multiplying those turns times the number of laps that it takes to do this workout, that might be a little bit too much. So maybe the road is better. Maybe the road allows you to focus more on the work at hand. Maybe the weather's ridiculous, so it's 90 degrees on the road and it's 100 degrees on the track. Okay, maybe we can get a better workout on the road. So that's fine. For our workout in Indianapolis, I'm giving that option, and we'll figure out who shows up gets to vote on where we go for this one. The nice thing about the road is you can even do 2.5 miles out, 2.5 miles back, and get your 10 reps in doing that and feel like you're actually going somewhere instead of in ovals or loops if we do it in Arden, for example. So either way can be effective. There's benefits to both of those. So a hallmark, a workout that we've done forever, you might pull up what you've done recently, but if you're comparing 800 workouts to 800 workouts, make sure you get something in similar weather. Comparing a early March 45-degree day to an August day that might be 90 degrees, it's not really a fair comparison. Moderate quality workout this week, modified anaerobic threshold run, and this is written in Training Peaks as this many mile warm up, this many miles at M.A.T, and this many mile cool down. However, just warm up into it, and as soon as you can get to 75%, go. If you have a total of, let's say, 8 miles and your steady state run is listed as 4, if you can get 6 miles in without undue stress at that 75 to 80%, that's fantastic. We want to accumulate that time at 75% and above. If you're feeling fantastic, even though you've done a great job up here, and want to go to 85%, that's fine too. We're just trying to accumulate that high aerobic training time. Long run this week is endurance. For most of you, because we're building towards marathons and half marathons, you're probably increasing a mile or 2. Maybe you're holding steady for another week before you go up again. But we want to be thinking ahead because it seems like summer now, and it certainly is, but fall will be here soon, and we want to make sure that we have those long runs put in the bank. Plan your long run. Think about how you want to approach this mentally, because you're going to need to do that on race day, and the more comfortable you get with breaking that down, the better. Also, for some of you, going out and doing, let's say you're doing a 16-mile run, that is a long time mentally. And if you can break that down into segments, we know that things go better when you can break them down into more doable segments. That's going to be a very important tool for you to be able to use. So think about that. For that 16-mile run, it might be the first 4 miles, just relax, get comfortable, get in a rhythm. Next 4 miles, see what I have, kind of establish what kind of pace I think I can do. The third quarter of that, the third 4 miles, think about, okay, this is the tough part because I'm not that close to the finish, but I'm starting to get tired a little bit. Nutrition is coming into play. I want to stay focused here and make sure I do these 4 miles really well. And then to the last 4, okay, we're counting this down. Can I stay focused on the mile I'm in and not hurry this mentally or try to hurry this mentally for the last 4 miles? However you want to break that down, things that you know that you need to work on mentally, where are the challenges for you mentally? Come up with a mental plan for that. Think about that effort. That goes in with the mental part of it as well, but where do you want to hit the workout? Where do you want to give your greatest effort in that? Maybe you look back at some of your long runs in recent weeks, and I know a lot of those are skewed due to the weather, but you look at, oh, I was fine on my 14-mile run. I was fine through 8. It started sliding through 10 or 12, and then it was really a struggle to get those last 2 in. Okay, maybe I hold back just a little bit more earlier and start pushing where it started to get hard last time. We don't need to go into race mode on these, but it will take a little more concentration, a little bit more effort at points in the long run. So those are going to be helpful for you. And then obviously plan your nutrition. How much do I need to be drinking? How many calories do I need to be taking in? Those kind of things. Keep getting that down. Yes, the weather will be much better by October, November, but you want to make that a competitive advantage. So really know what you're doing from a nutrition standpoint. That's the day before, the morning of, and obviously during the run, not to mention after the run for recovery. So there's a pretty good week for you. We're getting a good mix of some fast running, maybe on the track, maybe on the road, some sustained threshold or modified anaerobic threshold running, and a long run. A couple of points. Think about your race schedule. You should have a couple of races before the goal race. We want to rehearse that. We want to improve your racing skill, identify any weaknesses that maybe we can address in training, but also address in the more important race. Whether it's going to continue to be an issue, Saturday was a lot of fun because suddenly I was a better coach when the temperature dropped 15 degrees or 20 degrees or whatever it dropped from Saturday the 26th to Saturday the 2nd. So that was a lot of fun. And seeing people finish a workout and just killing it, seeing splits that were fantastic. You know, it seems like all these workouts that I'm reviewing in Training Peaks and when I'm talking to people, the phrase that I get tired of saying, and I know you get tired of hearing, is that was great for the weather. Saturday, for a lot of you, at least in central Indiana, it was just great because we got some weather cooperation. And to see the excitement from people after that workout was great. And that's really giving you a glimpse of what your fitness level is. We really don't know when we're starting to work out on a Tuesday night at 92 degrees. So be prepared for more bad weather. There's going to be plenty of it, but hopefully you had a chance to see some of your fitness that's been building and figure out your gear. We want to do this now. We don't want to get to October and November when you're going to be doing the big races and still not sure about shoes or what shorts are you going to wear. We know the top, it's going to be a personal best training racing top, but maybe there's something that you need to wear under that, or obviously we're a long way off from layering up, but figure all of that out, your nutrition products, what can you carry during the race. I'm not a huge fan of using things that you can't use on race day in training. If you have this elaborate nutrition scheme, but it's not going to work for you during the race, maybe we need to find something else. So start sorting those things out so when we get down to where it really matters, you're not even giving those a second thought. It's in the bank. There's your week. Let's have another great one. Maybe we'll luck out with weather for a few more days. If not, I know you're tough enough to do it anyway.